The show is set up in a post-apocalyptic world. The major cities have walled themselves off. Our protagonist is John Doe. His job is to make deliveries from city to city in this dangerous world. The main plot of the show focuses on John Doe, who's been given the mission to pick up a package from New Chicago and return it to New San Francisco. There are several subplots. One is the revenge of Quiet. Another is the story of a law and order policeman named Agent Stone. Then there's a couple of friends, Stu and Mike, who are trying to find their way in the new world. And I'll call the final subplot Friends We Meet Along the Way. These are various characters that John Doe will interact with. John Doe makes a visit to New San Francisco. When he arrives, he's invited in to meet with the CEO, Raven. She presents to him a mission to travel to New Chicago, pick up a package and return it to New San Francisco. In exchange, he will get citizenship to the utopia that is New San Francisco. She introduces him to her husband and newborn. John Doe agrees to take the mission, and CEO Raven sends him off. By the way, that's not her husband, and it's not her baby either. Shady. We first meet the character Quiet as she and her brother are robbing John Doe's car. Later on, we see her trying to get away from the police, and she has an accident. The police detain her and her brother until Agent Stone arrives. He then gives her and her brother an option. One will walk away alive if they kill themselves, or else both of them will die. Her brother picks up the gun and shoots himself. They then put a brand on Quiet's arm. We then get a backstory on Agent Stone. He was a mall cop when the world went to shit. He's a pretty meek fellow. He gets robbed by his pregnant neighbor. And then when he was at his shopping mall, he saw some of his old friends robbing the place. He still believes in law and order, and he tells them to put the items down. When they don't, they have a mini shootout, and he ends up shooting a kid. This experience turns him into the hard ass that he is today. Quick is on his mission and he's almost to Las Vegas, and Quiet stops him in the road. She was gonna jack him, but they've got bigger problems. The homicidal clown who rules Las Vegas is on his way. So they're captured by this clown, but instead of killing them, he forces them to watch his one-man show. When he asks John Doe for his opinion, John Doe plays it up like it was great, but Quiet tells him that it sucks. The clown turns out to be grateful for her honesty and lets them go. John Doe and Quiet are back on the road until they meet these two guys. We first meet Stu and Mike as they're being rescued by Agent Stone and his men. They're given a test to see if they can join their team. The test turns out to be shooting unarmed scavengers. Mike passes the test with flying colors, but Stu is reluctant to shoot the people. Mike is fitting right in with the rest of the guys, while Stu's somewhat of an outsider. John Doe and Quiet don't make it through the checkpoint. They're brought in and they have a sit-down with Agent Stone. Stone wants to know where John Doe got the map of the country, as the route on the map seems to bypass all of Agent Stone's checkpoints. When John Doe doesn't give him an answer, he and Quiet are forced to walk the line. At the end of the line is a huge drop-off. Stu ends up helping the two escape, but instead of leaving, Quiet decides to get a little payback. She finds one of the policemen who forced her brother to shoot himself. After taking care of him, she finds the headquarters of Agent Stone's operation, sent to Peacock, Kansas. So the three join back up, and they're about to escape, but Stu manages to trip up and is left behind. John Doe and Quiet are off to continue the mission, while Stu has some explaining to do. Is this show great? No. Is this show horrible? No. Is it good? No. Is it bad? No. It sort of sits right in the middle. The show isn't really funny, but I don't think they're trying to be funny. It's trying to be goofy. And in that respect, I say they've hit the target. If you can mix goofy action and violence together, you'll be able to tolerate this. Otherwise, you'll probably hate it. I'm going to do something strange here. I'm going to rate this show a 5, but I'm going to say that I'm in on it. Normally, if I rate a show a 5, I'm out on it. But the reason that I'm in on this show is that the episodes are 30 minutes long, plus the action moves at a pretty good pace. I'm in.